Game week 27, and an interesting battle heating up right at the bottom and the top of the Premier League. Find out who will gain an advantage this weekend next.
Liverpool are the champions for their people, with their people. Declan Rice! Oh! It's a ripper! Marmoush! Oh, that's magnificent! The young guns of Chelsea claim the Champions League prize. Newcastle will be playing Champions League football again. Now, 20 times the champions of England, Liverpool.
Yes, we are back this week with game week 28 and a rare guest in Mr. Ollie Lewis.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for having me back in your channel, Dan. It's an honour to be here. Sorry I haven't been here that much. I've just been so busy. God, got a new job going. Only just got home. It's like, what time is it? Like almost 8 o'clock. Knackered. I've been at work since about 6:30 this morning. So, love that. Anyway, let's get into the predictions.
Hello, welcome back to him. Well, first time he's been on for a while, and we're going to start right here, right now. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. With Wolverhampton Wanderers and Aston Villa. Now, Villa drew 1-1 thanks to a late goal from Tammy Abraham, and Wolves lost to Crystal Palace 1-0. So I mean, anything's possible in this game, and I think that Villa have United chasing them down right now, chasing them right down. They're only 4 points behind us. We are now 4 points off third place in the Premier League. But I think Villa will win it by 3-1 at Molyneux. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
So first off, we have Wolves versus Aston Villa. Now, Wolves are in a bit of a sticky situation. Villa aren't that much better off, but they are on form, ultimately. And they're doing quite well this year. So for that reason, I'm going to say 3-1 Villa. Just because Rodgers has been absolutely diabolical this season. Thank you to my FPL team.
And we head to Saturday and to 12:30 for AFC Bournemouth and Sunderland. Now, Sunderland lost 3-1 at home to 10th placed, or to Fulham. That is the second game in a row at home that they have lost, and they're playing against a Bournemouth team who, let's say, drew out a very boring 0-0 draw with relegation threatened West Ham United. And I can only see, and I mean, Sunderland need to get back to winning ways, or getting back to some goal scoring form again if they want to get up anywhere in the league this year. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Sunderland. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
Then we have Bournemouth versus Sunderland, of course. How can I forget? Both teams who seem to be really on form. Again, I'm going to predict another draw. I think it's going to be quite a drawy game week. And I'm going to say 2-2 for that one. Both teams are just as good as each other.
We head to 3 o'clock kickoffs. I'm heading to Lancashire for Burnley and Brentford now. Burnley drew 1-1 Chelsea in the 90-plus third minute. And against a Brentford team who played against Brighton and lost by 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. But I mean, I do think that this game will be one of those ones that will go back and forwards. Brentford will probably get the job done, not by much. 2-0 to Brentford. We head.
So the next game is Burnley versus Brentford. Now, Brentford are on some great form. Igor Thiago, absolute fucking saviour. Burnley, relegation form. They're not looking too good this year. I'm going to say 2-1 Brentford on that one.
To Merseyside and to Liverpool versus West Ham United. Now, Liverpool got back to some sort of winning ways after a hard fought 90 plus 7th minute winner at the City ground on the weekend. They sit in 6th place, 3 points off top 4. It's very close between United, Chelsea, and Liverpool for that 4th spot. You could also suck it in after this weekend. Depending on how game goes, you can also possibly sink in Aston Villa and maybe Brentford into it as well, who are beginning to find their form again. At Brentford under Keith Antwerp, obviously. But I mean, Liverpool need to find. West Ham need the points, but Liverpool, I could say Liverpool winning this game comfortably 3-1. Liverpool at Anfield. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
Then next up we have Liverpool versus West Ham. Liverpool being absolutely just Liverpool, and West Ham are actually starting to pick up some points. I can see Liverpool dropping some points here, and West Ham gaining some points from Spurs. So, shoot me if I'm wrong here, but 2-2.
We head to Tyneside and to Newcastle United v Everton. Now, Newcastle lost 2-1 to Man City, but that wasn't their main focus. Their main focus was on the Champions League, which they won, and against a Everton team who lost 1-0 to Manchester United. Everton and Newcastle need to find some form if they want to try and. I mean, to be fair, they're mid-table. They're going at absolutely nowhere. They're 11th. To be fair, if they lose this game and results go away, they could be as low as 14th in the Premier League. If results go their way, that is. If results go their way, it could be very close right now. But I think Newcastle 2, Everton 2.
Next, we have Newcastle versus Everton. Newcastle have been really stacking off recently. Everton have actually been doing quite well. I'm going to say 1-0 Everton on that one.
We head to a late one. It's at Ellen Road. It is Leeds versus Man City. Now, City did their half of the bargain and beating Newcastle with 2 goals from Nico O'Reilly. He is being played now in a more central in a more out wide left mid role, and that role seems to be suiting him quite a lot. He's got a lot of goals for Man City this year against a Leeds team who do 1-1 to Villa. To be fair, what can happen? Man City need to do their half of the bargain this time because Arsenal have a massive game at 4:30 on Sunday. That will be something to look forward to. But for now, Man City could win this game. I'm going to go Man City to win it 2-1. It will not be easy. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
Next, we have Leeds versus City. Bit of a no-brainer. 4-0 City. Hate to say it, but they're just gonna do it.
We head on to Sunday and to the Annex for 2 o'clock kickoff for Brighton and Hove Albion and Nottingham Forest. Now, Brighton and Hove Albion beat Brentford by 2 goals to 0. James Milner has become the most capped player in the Premier League with 365 career games. James Milner, what a career, and he's still in his 40s. And they play against a Forest team who lost 1-0 Liverpool. If you're Forest, you're in the best place. The gap between Forest and West Ham are 2 points. 2 points, and then Spurs another 3 behind that. So Spurs only 4 points off. Spurs are literally 4 points off. No, Spurs are 4 points. Yes, yeah. Spurs are 4 points off Tottenham. And in this game, I'm going to go Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Forest 1.
Next up, we have Brighton versus Forest. Forest don't know who the fuck they want to hire as a manager, let alone play a game of football. So, for that reason, and Brighton are on some decent form. You know, they're not winning, but they're not losing at the same time. So, it's not that bad of a deal. So, I'm going to say 2-0 Brighton on this one.
Talking about Spurs, that's who we head to next. They're away in Craven Cottage for Fulham beat Tottenham Hotspur in Iago Tudor's first game. They lost the Merseyside derby by 4-1. 2 goals from Irabeche Eza and 2 goals from Victor Yokeles. Ended that one, well, never had one for Spurs. The Spurs were awful in that game. A Cologne goal was a bit of a contest from Spurs, but against a Fulham team who did beat Sunderland by 3-1. I think Fulham will continue their home form and put pressure on those top teams in the league. 2-0 Fulham. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
Next up, we have Fulham versus Tottenham. Bit of a London derby there. Tottenham on relegation form. Sorry, Josh. And Fulham haven't been doing too well, but I actually see Fulham winning this 2-1. So don't kill me. Sorry about that, Josh.
We head to the last game at 2 o'clock. It's at Old Trafford. It is Manchester United and Crystal Palace. Now United, like I said, won the game against Everton thanks to a 4th goal in 5 games for Benjamin Sesko. Every game he's played in, every game that Michael Carrick has played in, Benjamin Sesko has scored in pretty much in every single one of them. Lamons was man of the match in that game, made some fantastic saves, and against a Palace team who did also beat Wolves 1-0 thanks to a goal from Ivan Gusan in the 90th minute. I think United will want to. If Liverpool and Chelsea both win, we need to win this game. We played before Chelsea, thankfully, but we can see what they happen. 2-0 Manchester United. And Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
Now, next up, we have Man United versus Crystal Palace. Dan, I know you're fucking waiting for this one, lad. Hate to break it to you. United on some great form. But I think Palace are just going to edge that over and force a draw. So I'm going to say a comfortable 1-0 on this one.
Head to the Emirates until 4:30 for league leaders Arsenal and Chelsea. Now, if Man City beat Leeds, they're going to have back to 2 points. Arsenal can extend that by 5 points, which they did do against Spurs, but against a Chelsea team who, at the moment, look very shaky, but do have a scoreline, do have a scoreline in them, a result in them or two. This is the time for Leon Rossignol's men have any chance of getting anything from Champions League top 4. This is the game to do it in. Chelsea take 3-2 will draw in this game, and Ollie, what are you saying in this game?
And finally, we have Arsenal versus Chelsea, another London derby. Both teams who seem to be in some incredible form right now. I cannot seem to pick this one. I think I'm going to say Arsenal are going to edge this one, just off recent form between the two sides, but it could also go any other way. So, hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know how many points I get next week, Dan, and I will see you in the next one.
And that will bring game week 28 to an end, and I will see you on Monday for game week 29. Yes, a midweek one of the Premier League. Until then, goodbye for now. What will happen in game week 28? Will Arsenal have a 2-point lead going into it? What will happen? Find out on Monday. Goodbye for now.